I got these starts from my mom, these little seedlings. They are green feast peas, and I am just planting them along this edge of the wall over here. I have 6 that I'm planting in the ground, and I have another little pot that has 2 more in, and I'm gonna actually plant those out in a container. Hopefully within a couple of days they would have latched on and have settled. May the odds be ever in your favor. Hey guys, Ellie here from the garden, and today we're planting out some of the seedlings my mom gave me, and we're planting out some actual seeds. Just getting our garden back into the flow of things to make sure that we can consecutively grow produce and keep it constantly coming in. So far, I've planted out 6 little peas, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, with the intention of having them grow up this plastic mesh and creating an entire wall of peas for us. So for the last 2 years, we actually haven't had any peas because that little brown dog likes to eat them, and she generally finds a way in and demolishes them just as they're getting to the point where you can start harvesting. I have also just planted out this kale and a little kale over here. They also came from my mom. So I've still got black beans on these bushes, and they are drying out on the actual bushes. But when I come around and I remove those, I am planning on just cutting them off at the stem, leaving the roots in the ground so that they can act as nitrogen fixers. So not too much more is going in here until these beans come out, but we will reassess with the size of the kale once those beans come out, because over there we won't be planting anything else. We've got our garlic in. So for now, I think this bed is pretty set, and it is looking a little bit messy with these leaves, but they are acting as a natural mulch in our garden and are keeping the soil fairly moist down here. So we're just going to leave that and hope for the best. Before I continue planting anything else, I think that this is going to be my next point of focus. I desperately need to remove these weeds in between the onions, and I think I'm actually going to come along and cut off some of these long onion tops and use them in our dinner. I'm going to put any of the weeds that I pull out into this bowl so that I can give them to the chooks. No, go away there, ma'am. We'll bring you treats, Nana. We have aphids. We have aphids in a very bad way at the moment. So I might take you along on that journey. I have a full intention of spraying this garden tonight for the aphids. Hi guys, Ellie here. So today's video is not meant to be about pest pressure or how to deal with it, but unfortunately the more I'm in the garden, the more I'm noticing how bad it actually is, and it needs to be addressed. So I'm just going to take you on the journey with me. Let's be honest, every garden has faults. I'm going to show you how we're dealing with ours. I have got powdery mildew as well as aphids. Now I'm almost 100% sure that that's not the only problem we've got, but we're going to address those two at least today. Okay, this is the first up, and it is our green zucchini. Now, as you can see, there is actually a green zucchini coming up here, and one a little bit further down that has been pollinated. And there are some healthier leaves, but not very many. And here you can see like a very big difference between a leaf that has got some minor damage to it and one that is like more infested. And if we come even further down, we've got leaves where they just are coated. So in this particular case, it is probably best to remove any existing fruit that you plan on eating and say goodbye to the plant. Now, when you dispose of this plant, you don't want to let this spread. So I've already got a black bag ready, and I'm going to cut off the leaves and place them in the plastic bag so that hopefully we're not spreading any spores around the garden. However, I am not forsaking the entire plant. I'm keeping my healthier leaves and I'm removing the sickly ones. I will spray and hopefully that'll work. Okay, here we go. I am removing both zucchinis. We'll eat this in a stir fry or something. I'm just going to take this leaf and this leaf off, and then I am going to string up the plant. Okay, so this is my plan with this particular plant. Since I am going around to spray tonight, hopefully that will deal with the remainder of the mold issue. But I'm going to take a piece of wire and just lightly encourage it to stand more upright to encourage airflow so that it's not spreading, and the little leaves that now it does still have can access the sunlight and hopefully act as the plant's solar panels. Let's do that. As you can see, we have somewhat of an aphid problem, and the leaves are starting to curl on my mustard greens. My intention is to come through, pick off any of the leaves that I can, just so that they're not on the bush, and we will eat those, and then come through tonight once I've harvested what I can and spray everything that looks like it may be affected by the aphids. Down here with our basil, I'm actually just going to pinch off these top ones to encourage these plants to bush out. So as you can see, over here we've got some new leaves, and this side too, so I'm just going to pinch it off there, and hopefully it'll branch out. The same goes for this one. So this is the next area that needs my attention again. It's powdery mildew. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come around and remove the worst of the leaves, prop it up to this bamboo stake so it's standing upright, so that when we spray it tonight we can get around it. Just going to shift that plant so you can see what's happening here. I'm going to pull the zucchini up against this bamboo stake, and there's a little bit of that wire to encourage it to stand upright. I am just sanitizing my equipment before I reuse it on the next task. Okay, so now that I've cleaned up the zucchini, I'm going to tackle these garlic chives, and I'm just going to cut them right back. And I'm going to take what I get and I'm going to put it in the dehydrator so that we can have garlic chives year round. There you have it, a giant tub of garlic chives. I grossly underestimated how many we would have. For our spray today, I'm using this Bio Neem. It is an insecticide, and we are spraying it in the afternoon to hopefully have as little effect as possible on the pollinators in the garden and around the area. I know it's not perfect, but for the space that I've got, I need to do what I have to do, and this product goes quite a far way in our garden. It is a little bit on the pricier side, but we know that it's quality. So this is what I'm using today.
We're spraying for pests and for mold, powdery mildew, and we're using Bio Neem from BioGrow. It's a natural, organic, very effective insecticide and fungicide. A little bit less effective on the fungus, but or the mold, at least powdery mildew, but it does slow it down.
What do you need the dishwashing liquid for?
It's an emulsifier for the oil, and a wetting agent. It helps this adhere more to the leaves, if you will.
Okay. Guys, so Duncan and I just harvested our potatoes. We didn't get the greatest harvest ever, but it's better than nothing. And now we're going to start spraying. But I am a little bit concerned that we are losing light too quickly. So I'm going to put you on hyperlapse, and I'm going to stop here and say thanks for watching today as we did some pest control in the garden.